Hi everyone, it's Simon and welcome back to part 4 of our Q&A. You are watching Buck's Guinea Pig Talks and it's video 4. So we asked you a couple of weeks back for all your questions to us about our guinea pigs. And my goodness me, you did not disappoint. We have had nearly 40 questions. So we've divided them up into 4 videos. This is part 4. And now part 5, what we're going to do is if you've got any further questions, put them down in the comments and we will then put them all together and we will work out what 10, 12 questions work best, and we will then do a 5th video and that will come up in a week or two's time. So anyway, so without any sort of delay, because you're getting a little bit tired there, aren't you, all this recording. Believe me, the amount of stuff I had to do to get my wife to record these, it's a long list. But anyway, we have got Mercury. So in show number 1, we had Stardust. In show number 2, we had Honeyduke. Then show 3, we had Xenocrates. So the heads of the families. But we didn't realise we'd have to do a 4th one. But anyway, we brought the beautiful Mercury in. So Mercury is here to be looked at while I do the chit chat. And my wife will ask the questions. Now, we've got a bit of a unique one on this 4th video, don't we, camera lady?
Well, all of the questions are asked by one person.
They are, because when I asked in the community post a few weeks ago to say, can I have some questions? One person gave 10, and then 2 other people gave 10, and everyone else was giving like 4 or 5. So we've got lots and lots of questions. So without further ado, let us start part 4 with questions and answers from our supporters. It's much appreciated, supporters and our subscribers. Let's have question number 1.
So from Quiggies 2066.
Yeah.
Question 1. Do any of the guinea pigs have baths?
Occasionally, if we had a lice outbreak or something like that, then we would then put them in. It's ideally in the summer. Actually, we don't really get infestations here. If they get anything, we can put some spray on it or we put some drops on them. Socrates a few years ago, she had that, and we put her into a bath in our back garden, and then she jumped off and she then sort of shook herself. So I used to do it quite a lot in the olden days when I had guinea pigs when I was younger, but don't really give them baths. Some people say you've got to give them baths, but you don't. They're very clean animals.
They don't love being in water,
No.
and it can panic them, and the water's got to be human
Cool.
temperature. It can't be
Cool.
hot, but it also can't be freezing cold
No.
for them. Then some people hair dry them for shows and things, so it's different if they're used to it and you're going to show them.
But as all these things are, okay, we can't advise on
no
medical things, so you really need to look into it. But the question to us, do we put ours in the bath? The answer is no.
No.
But we would if we needed to, if they had an infestation.
But we'd never then put them outside wet.
Not
if
unless it was a warm,
really,
sunny
really
day,
hot day.
As in Socrates, yeah.
Yes, lovely. Do we brush our guinea pigs, or do they need to be brushed?
We don't. I mean, they enjoy it because
we do have brushes.
Well, I don't have much. No. We do have brushes. When we had Spike, we'd give her fur a long brush because she had very, very long hair and everything. We'd also trim her. But we don't actually need to trim any of the guinea pigs now because then none of the hair gets matted. So it's quite a lot of our guinea pigs now have short hair. So I guess if you want to just give them a little brush, they love that, and ours do love that when we do it. If I sit on that day off I have, I'll sit and watch telly and I'll put a guinea pig on my lap and I'll stroke it and they absolutely love it and get a brush and everything. So they would enjoy it. So it's something that you can do, yes.
If they have longer fur, you do have to though.
You do have to have longer
keep
one,
it,
yes.
And that's also when you might have to wash them at the back if they get a bit matted.
Or trim them, yes. So if you're showing those sort of guinea pigs with long hair, then you wouldn't cut them. You'd have to keep them growing long, clean them, yeah. It's all the work involved, that's it. What's our next question?
So, next, do any of the guinea pigs not get along?
Well, Myrtle has a subtlety of a big lorry heading down a road. So she's always a bit awkward, miserable Myrtle. Even when she's had this one, a litter, She's calmed down a little bit. Which other ones were quite awkward? Well, we had Stardust and Xenocrates were chattering their teeth at each other when they were on the grass a couple of weeks ago. But no, I think generally they generally get on okay. If you put into a big area with lots of food, they'll just settle
Lots
down.
of water bottles, lots of shelter.
Yeah, just plenty of space. I mean, our guinea pigs have lived in their own little groups for quite a long time, and this year in the summer we're really going to start mixing them in now.
We have had one guinea pig that didn't get on with anyone. She got on with her daughters.
We did. Now,
but apart from that, she absolutely bullied and was quite horrible to every other guinea pig she came across.
Now, you're referring to Aristotle, who was the most beautiful guinea pig, and I need to put some photos up on our community page. She was absolutely gorgeous. Stunning. She was absolutely stunning. Just like yourself. We're saying like the judges
but
on
difficult to live with
on Pitch Perfect. Oh, aren't you stunning as well? But yes, she was an awkward customer, and as soon as the male was removed from her, then she'd be going after the females. And even our friend who sold her to us originally, she was a beautiful guinea pig. She was like, she's awkward, she's difficult. So that was an interesting thing. What are you doing there?
She ended up leaving with her daughter, who she was happy with. Yes. There wasn't an issue.
She had a great life.
She was beautiful. She was lovely with humans. She thought
she was a diva. She was a diva and a half.
She was.
And what we did was we when we realised she wasn't going to be very friendly towards the other guinea pigs, we then planned that we'd have her have some babies, and then she'd go with the daughter, and that actually worked really well. And she had a lovely, lovely life. And it worked. It just worked really, really well. And she's the only one that has been really awkward.
No. She attacked other babies. She just wasn't
friendly. I mean, Cadbury in recent years, she was a bit of an awkward one, wasn't she? She wasn't that friendly. When we moved here, we had 3 guinea pigs that had 3 sets of babies very, very quickly, all planned. And I went off to work, and you put them on the grass, and they weren't very. And Cadbury wasn't very friendly. You thought you'd mix all the mums and the babies together.
We had my eldest daughter and I. We put 2 mums with all their babies in a pen together, thinking that would be lovely when we put them on the grass. Yeah. And then we had to get up the Bucks Guinea Pig Facebook to look at pictures to work out which babies went with which mum, to make sure when we separated them we could get the right ones, because she wasn't friendly to the other mum, she wasn't friendly to the other babies, and we were so worried if we couldn't. So the 2 of us went into panic to work out who was with who. But we did admit it when you got home. Though.
It was. You look back and it is fine.
It was fine, and we made sure they were fine, and we looked after them.
You were put together. They were put together with the best intentions.
Oh well, we've never had
6. There was 6 and 5 and a 6. You know,
but they were huge.
But then the Dalmatian Squeak, who had 6. She would go in with Stardust, who'd had 6, and the 12, they'd be fine. But she's Cadbury and her 5.
We've often had mums nursing the other guinea pigs. Yes. We've had older guinea pigs helping out with the babies. I've never had that before or since. But it just happened you weren't home.
It was one of them things. Okay, have we got another question?
Sorry. I've got off track. I
tell you everyone. The great thing is that with the experience that we've got over the last 6 years, we've got so many stories to share with you. So if you are watching this for the first time, you're thinking, should I subscribe? Subscribe. Hit the subscribe button.
Right, next question. How can you tell if guinea pigs aren't getting along? You can tell quickly.
Well,
Do you want to explain?
If you watch videos 1, 2 and 3, you'll see that the guinea pigs will try and nibble my fingers. Did Stardust try and nibble my fingers? She didn't, did she? Honeyduke did.
Normally. I think it's because it's warm in here and they're a bit put out.
Honeyduke and the other one, they were like, oh, I'll eat your finger. But no, I think...
When they don't get on with each other, how do you know they don't get on?
Their teeth will rattle, and they will generally sort of like launch themselves a little bit towards the other.
Yeah.
It's all about dominance. It's about working out who's the star of the cage. Now this one and Mercury,
they will take a bite out of each other. They will take a little bite out of an ear.
You can see on the ears. These ears are great, but some of the ears, like Stardust, she's got a couple of nibbles. Her mum had a nibble. But yeah, they will go for it. The females will males will obviously, but females will. But we generally have females, but they get on okay. And also, so once they've been together for a little bit, you put them back in and they'll be okay. You just keep doing it. It's very, very easy to put females together and think, oh, they don't get on, and never put them back together again. Try again, try again, try again.
Also, you have to let them sort themselves their little hierarchy out a bit, which comes on to the next question.
Yes.
Is there a hierarchy? And absolutely, the answer is yes. I know that.
There is.
But who's the boss of each group?
Well, we've got 5 cages currently. So we've got Figaro and the two females. So call it he's the boss. It makes no odds. He's the boss. Call that. If you look at the teddies, they get on well with each other. Xenocrates and Luna. Probably Xenocrates, but Luna's just so lovely. Myrtle and Mercury. Are you in charge or is your mum? Probably Myrtle is probably in charge. And then if you go to Storm and Stardust, Stardust is probably in charge, but Storm's quite a gentle, chilled out guinea pig.
What about when you stick them all together?
Well, when we stick them all together, they try and go for dominance. Stardust last year was the queen bee. She went in with her daughter a couple of weeks ago.
Myrtle?
Yeah, Myrtle. And Myrtle was like, right, I'm up for this. And Stardust was quite quiet. She wasn't very happy, but she's getting on a bit now. She's nearly 4. She wants to 4 in the next few months. So maybe she just wants an easy life. And Myrtle's nearly 3. It's Myrtle's opportunity to just sort of try and be dominant. Now,
can I add another thing here that you can explain?
I'll tell you what, Mercury's adding quite a lot of other things onto this mat here. There we are. Okay.
Now, when sometimes you say, when they're out there and they're out there together, you say one of them's in heat. And that makes a difference. So do you want to just explain that? Because that does make a difference to the domination. It
does. Well,
every
18 days they'll cycle round, and they do start rumbling. And when you first see it, you think, well, they're rumbling up against their daughters and their mums. But that's how it goes. And they can the others can react in a strange way. They can sort of be a bit aggressive towards them or something, or just a bit unsettled. Because guinea pigs like calmness. They just like the easy life. I mean, look at Mercury here. She's so
I just don't
calm.
think we've discussed it before. And I think because they're not in with boys, when they are in heat, in season, then it does cause a little unsettled.
Okay. I think if they're out on the grass and they're in season, it's not too bad because there's lots of space. If they're in their cages, I'm sure it must get a bit frustrating, because they're reacting to their own natural instincts. So it's it's just how it goes. Again, you just don't have overcrowding. Just try and give them as much space as possible. And what we're doing this year is we're trying to make sure that they can all get on with each other. We've got some massive cages out in the grass here, and our plan is to make sure that we can then move them all around so they can come out on the grass. At the moment, they're going out maybe once a week, once every 10 days. But when we're doing every single day, then we'll be able to mix them around. We'll put the grass runs really close to each other. At night, they'll go back in with their own people, their own guinea pigs they know. But during the day, we can put groups together and they'll be happy. And it's good for them. It's good for them.
Next question.
Yes.
How do you make friends with a guinea pig?
Well, hello. Would you like to be a friend?
She says, yes, you are my friend.
See, look, there we are.
Oh, yes.
I am Mercury's friend.
You are.
Now, if I get you to turn around, it might be that they just want to see my face.
They do keep turning to look at you.
There we are.
They like your voice.
Mercury's my friend. Do you like my voice, camera lady?
I don't know. No. Sometimes it depends what you're talking about.
I'll just speak to what you want with videoing. So we've got this. So those of you that are watching this video, we don't try to edit. Okay, so basically what you're seeing is us as live, and we are going to be doing some live stuff in the coming weeks. Don't worry about that. So and it's great.
How do you make friends with a guinea pig? You said
you've got
things calm.
You've got to sit in front of the television, put them on your lap, stroke them, and just spend some time with them. And they won't be tame immediately. We get people asking me. They say, "Oh, I got guinea pigs 3 weeks ago. They're not tame." They won't be. They'll take some time. If they're youngsters, they just got to learn, and they'll pick up your voice. And they'll also, you take the food into them. You rattle the food box or whatever. And another little trick actually is when you open the cages and you've got the vegetables, hold the vegetable, get them eating.
Get them to come and take it out your hair.
And they'll grab it and they'll come very carefully and they'll grab it and they'll rush back. That's fine. Do that. Let them build the trust.
You'll be unsurprised to know Simon talks to them all the time as well, though, which is
to.
why they know his voice.
I haven't got any other friends.
And look, she's looking at you.
She's calm. She's very sweet.
Oh,
anyway,
she's gorgeous.
What's the next one?
The next question.
These are good questions. These are really good questions.
They are really lovely questions. How do you know if they like you?
Well, they don't bite me. Yeah, they just come. Look. She's flopped down. Okay, she's very comfortable. Stardust, her grandmother. Stardust is her grandmother.
I think you're going to have to pick her up again because they just want a cuddle.
Stardust, her grandmother. Okay, is very calm as well. She loves just being held and relaxed. So she's really, really good. So they're just easy to do. Now let's
I think they know if you like you. Then
it's the voice
it's not
as well. It's the calm voice.
It's not about them at the start. It's not about them liking or disliking you. It's being comfortable. They have to feel safe. So it's being calm, being gentle, being slow with them.
They've got to know you're not
when they chatter their teeth and they've had enough. Letting them go back in,
and you've got to make sure that they
let them have
get
space.
Fed and, get fed because you're responsible for them. It's really good. Now, one thing which I think you should pay attention to, the nails. Okay, so what are we going to be doing in the next few...
Oh, he thinks
next weekend. What are we doing?
Funny.
It's very important.
I know. We're going to do nail cutting, but we're going to do it on video, and it's my one thing I hate most out of anything is cutting the nails. Not because I don't want them to be healthy
You're good at it.
But it always makes me nervous. I flinch more than they do because I'm so worried about hurting them.
Well, if we're going to have that, we're going to be doing that over the next few days. We're recording this.
Hello. You come to say hello.
We're recording this on the, I think it's the 21st of April. And what we're going to do is we're going to do some videos cutting nails in the next few days, and they're going to be dark nails and the clear white nails. So we're going to show you. We're going to there'll be 3 of us doing this, and we'll just do a couple of videos and we'll put it all together, and hopefully it'll help someone. Every video needs to help someone. Okay, what's our next question?
How often do you clean out their cages?
Okay, well, when they're on the grass in the summer, then their cages will be cleaned out twice a week. When they're in their shed, then it's generally every 3 days, so there's a slight increase in the frequency. But it depends.
Fresh hay every day.
Every day, every morning, every evening, there's fresh hay. I mean, you can judge it. Just sometimes it's there more frequently because some cages have got more guinea pigs in than others. So again, that frequency increases. I don't think there's one answer fits all, because if I said every other day, that's wrong. If I said every 5th day, that's wrong. So you have to judge how many guinea pigs are in each cage, and you've got to have a setup so that you can do it easily. If you need some lights, you need some lights. You have the days, you do the days.
Mercury, I've just got a bottom shot.
Go back, look.
Cheeky piggy.
Now, Mercury, when I weighed her this morning, she'd have to put her front paws on the side of the bowl. So she's our heaviest guinea pig. So she's very comfortable. You can see, look, she's been giving us little presents all the time.
Right, question 10. Final question.
Yes.
What is maintenance for you? Thinking about cages, grass runs, hides.
Okay.
I think it would be good to do a video in the summer about that and show you.
This question that was asked of me. It's a good question. I slightly expanded it. Okay. So we've got more water bottles and food bowls than we actually need. Okay, that's the first thing. So they're always clean. Always good to have 2 water bottles in every cage, so there's no issues of fighting and squabbling. Always good to have more food bowls in case one breaks. It's always very, very good to have lots of hay. So we've always got more hay, we need more food. We've got a big shed, everything gets stored in that. We've got more cages than we need. So things of cages, we've done some repairs, we've done some replacements. The grass runs, we invest heavily in terms of the research and what we buy. I bought one last year for about £120, I think, UK pounds. And I strengthened it. I put some tie wraps on it. I turned one of the openings to the other way so I could actually get into it because it was really small. And we did a video on that. If you look at long videos, there's a video of that for about 6 minutes.
Indoor run.
We've got some indoor runs, which are the 8x8 space things that you fit together. And we've
So
also
many
got
hides,
loads
so
of
many
hides,
places for them to hide.
loads of hides, and we also get given bits and pieces, which is people are very, very good. The runs we just check and make sure the screws are tight. Check the guinea pigs. We've got nice vets that we can use if we need that.
We're not allowed, if we go out for nice walks and see lots of lovely dandelions and lots of grass.
Oh, yes.
Simon does not let us pick them. It has to be from our garden.
Everything's from our garden because it's a lot easier. I mean, people do forage, okay, and that's fine if they know what they're doing. But again, I'm not going to say on the video here. Go out and buy, look at stuff, take stuff, and then run it under the tap. You've got to know where you're getting things, I think, and it's got to be your choice. I'm not going to recommend anything to anyone.
You always say to us, you don't know if it's been sprayed on or dogs have gone to the loo to it.
Just not worth
it. For us, it's often in the town by the roadside.
Lovely
and you're saying,
you just don't know.
Can't be sure.
Best not to. And just So just generally, also coming up, we've got the guinea pigs currently still in the shed, but in next weekend we're going to bring them out of the shed. They're going to go to the side of the house. So they're going to be outside because the temperature's going to be 15 degrees. Woo!
Fingers crossed.
And then they're going to get covered up with plastic at night, which is all very good. We've done that for a few years. We also found out where the best place in our garden is. We found that out as we moved in. So that's great for them. It's shelter and it's not in direct sunshine, direct wind. So again, that is the maintenance and the area. Just make sure everything's all good for them. So in a way, it's easier when they're in the shed because I can rush in there and everything's at hand. When I have to go outside, it's slightly more tricky, but they love it. It's fresh air, so it's all good stuff. So that is the maintenance that I generally do over the winter months. And we've had we've moved the swings and stuff from the back garden, haven't we? So hopefully there's
now have a
even more
trampoline
grass for them. So that is, I think, you were doing the finger wind up there. I think we have reached the end of our fantastic fourth Q&A. So to our camera lady, thank you very, very much indeed.
A pleasure.
We've got one more video to do, but it's not related on this link here. So if you have any further questions, you wonderful subscribers or viewers.
Are you chatting to us?
Stick your question or your point down in the comments and I will, and we will do a fifth video. And we will do that in the next few weeks and then we'll give you a name check. And we will also cover any points that you've raised. If you watch all 4 videos, then you'll find out what topics we've covered. I think we've been very thorough today.
We've answered everything we've been asked. Yeah,
we haven't chosen just areas of asking. We've expanded slightly on some of the questions because some of the people have asked questions and English is not their first language. So I've answered as much as I can and expanded on as much as I can. But if you have any questions, not health related, we don't do. If you've got an issue with your guinea pig, go to the vets, please. Look it up, go to the vets. So I'm not doing medical stuff. We just can't do that. But yeah, we'll do owning guinea pigs, how we do it, how you do it, whatever. We're fascinated to know. So from Mercury and me, I'm Simon. Thank you very, very much indeed. Camera lady, thank you very much. You've been an absolute superstar. Of course. It's great. Hope you've enjoyed the Q&A. We've told you a little bit more about us. But we'd love to know your questions and your points. And do subscribe. I think you're just going to see that from her. Let's try and do that. Other than that,
pick her up and give her a cuddle.
Very
there
much
we go.
Indeed.
Oh,
that's what she wanted.
That's what she wanted.
Thank you very much. I'm Simon. This is Bucks Guinea Pig Talks. She's hiding, dear. You want that side? That's her best side. There we are. Right. Thank you, everyone. Okay. So onwards to video 5. So you get those questions in. Thank you now. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.